Hello my friends, and welcome to this episode where we're gonna traverse this railway track from Kibera to Nairobi CBD, from Kibera to Nairobi city center. So experience the vibrant surroundings and uncovering of stories that unfolds along the way. So as usual, grab your virtual walking shoes and let's do this together, and let the adventure begin. This is Indamlembe, the port of cultural store. Twende kazi. Let me begin by showing you 360 degrees of our starting point, and from a distance, that is Kibera Katuekera. You know, Kibera is normally divided into villages. That is Kibera Katuekera, and going forward, this is Kibera Kisumu Ndogo. You know, in Kenya, almost every big cities have got at least an estate or a village by the name Kisumu. Kisumu. So this is small Kisumu. It's like our starting point is on the border. So this is the railway track that we're gonna use as our road or our way to the CBD. So this side is Kisumu Ndogo, and this side is Karanja. It is called Karanja Estate, and behind is Katuekera. The name also keeps changing. It was originally Katuekera, and it is now Katuekera. Here we have a kind of a natural water source. It looks clean, but as much as it looks clean, it is not good for human consumption. So some guys normally uses it for washing, but not cooking. So this kind of railway is called meter gauge, rather meter gauge. And the reason that why it is called meter gauge, it is because the distance from one rail line to the other is a meter, is 1 meter. From this to this, that distance in between the two rails is 1 meter. That is why it is called meter gauge railway. The story of this railway started long time before the coming of European. It started way back before any European stepped her foot in Kenya. And the story started with one guy from the Lai community, that is from Nandi. Is it sub-community? The Lai sub-community, the Talai clan of Nandi community. This guy was called Kimnyole Arab Turukat. Kimnyole Arab Turukat prophesied the coming of an iron snake. Oh, I heard a sound like of a train, and it is not safe if the train finds me here. So one Kimnyole Arab Turukat prophesied the coming of a snake, an iron snake, and an iron snake was thirsty and had to traverse our land from the coastal city of Mombasa to go and quench in western town of Kisumu. This is where we have a freshwater lake, Lake Victoria. And this is a bridge, and this area is normally known as Darajani, Kibera Darajani. So the snake was to traverse the land and go to Lake Victoria to quench because the snake was thirsty. Let me give you a view of this bridge. It's an old one, very old bridge, and that is the distance that we have so far covered. And the snake would devastate the people along the way. The snake would take away our land. The snake would swallow our livestock. And the snake would cause a lot of suffering to the people along, to the people that lives along or lived along its way to Kisumu. That was a prophecy by Kimnyole Arab Turukat. 100 years later, after the prophecy, it's a tuk-tuk. I was about to look for somewhere to stand, a safe place to stand. I thought it was a railway coming. So the prophecy came to pass 100 years later when one British engineer by the name George Whitehouse arrived in Mombasa in 1895 to begin the construction of this railway line. You can see the work that these guys did, and you can imagine during those days it was handwork. There was no excavators to dig through these kind of tunnels. So in 1895, George Whitehouse, a British engineer, arrived to start the work, and he arrived with a sketch. He arrived with a sketch of the route on which the railway was to take. No feasibility study was done prior to that. So upon arrival, it's when he did this study and discovered two things. Number one was that the railway was going to be costly, very costly. And the second one was that the project is gonna be energy consuming. The project would be grueling. Those are the two quick discoveries that this gentleman, George Whitehouse, discovered upon arrival. A lot is happening along the railway, as you can see. A lot is going on along this railway track. So, as George correctly put it, the project came to be costly and gruesome. I think I should let these guys behind me to go so that they don't cause much interruption. The first 500 kilometers of this railway, that is from Mombasa to somewhere past Nairobi, that is around Narok or Suswa, was savanna and shrubs full of wild animals and some tropical diseases. You know, we had wild animals, malaria and other tropical diseases. So the workers had to go through this, and around 98-99, this project almost came to a complete halt. This is when the construction of Savo Bridge was going on. This is a new bridge, and this is a bridge of a new road that was constructed just recently, the Langata Ngong link road. So the moment these workers reached Tsavo, they met the famous lions that was said to be man-eater. You know, normally lion doesn't feed on human, but because of some this place is muddy. So because of some issues with this lion's dental formula, they preferred feeding on human, and they killed a lot of men. In 10 months time, this lion had killed and eaten 100 workers just at this particular point, the Tsavo Bridge. That translates to like 10 people per month. You can imagine 10 people per month. We have a lot of activities going on along this railway track. So that is like 10 men per month. You can imagine. Let me give you a view of this particular estate. This is Mashimoni, and on horizon you can see a mosque. That mosque is in a village called Lindi, Kibera Lindi. Kibera Lindi mutaa wa Smart Joker. If you know this guy by the name Smart Joker, it is actually a stage name. So angalia kama huyo alikaa karibu na wewe ni binadamu. Smart Joker. Smart Joker. Tsavo is a Kamba name. Tsavo is a Kamba name meaning slaughterland. Slaughterland. And this came to pass. This place actually became slaughterland the moment the constructors of this railway reached this particular point. Lots of people, lots of railway constructors were slaughtered there by this lion money eater. Money eater have to walk fast because of that loud music that is playing just on the side of the railway. And we have lots of music actually. It is somehow difficult to avoid them. You move away from this one, you meet the other one. So many music. But that won't deter us from going on with our adventure. We are now entering Kibera line Saba. Kibera line Saba, mtaa wa Mamito. Do you know Mamito? This young lady with a machetic neck. Mwenye shingo la upanga. Kenya Railways came up with a project of building these houses on both sides of the railway, on both sides of railway line, to prevent people from actually damaging the railways. You know, people used to dump lots of wastes on this railway line, so to prevent that, they came up with this project. Most of these workers came from British India. India was already a British colony. So most of these workers, like over 35 workers came from India because of regular payment, free food, free housing, lured most of these guys to come and work on this railway line. So the first 10 months, half of this population had been wiped out by either wild animals or tropical diseases. That is the first 500 kilometers. The next 80 kilometers, these guys had to deal with or to construct or they met volcanic highlands and valleys. Hey, music here. Let me try to run so that I can avoid that music. I hope what you can see, and just please bear with me in case the music is loud. Wait, just consider my effort of running away from that music and don't punish me because of it. So the next 80 kilometers, the railway line was to be constructed through hills and over valleys. And this was actually a huge task. We are now in Line Saba. Lots of business along the way. We also have a bookshop. That's the bookshop. Some Juakali products. Chapati pan, potty for the kids, gumboots, mattresses, coils, and many other products. Maybe even the bike is also on sale. Shoes are here. We also have bras, clothes. These are bras, and you'll get them at a cheaper price. Have buckets, cooking jikos, have slashers, saws, machete, have cooking stick. Line Saba. Line Saba. Have tomatoes, onions. On the sides of these railways, people normally use it. You can see the riders. Here is a duck. And the young ones. Crocs. Now here, it is a complete blockage. Here, the railway is totally blocked by business. We also have a saloonist here along the way going on. And here is a dump site. You can see lots of zibala. And we have Kibera. Kibera is there feeding. Kibera. We are now living in Saba, mtaa wa Mamito. Mamito Njeri. Is it Mamito Njeri or Eunice Mamito? Some farming going on here. These are sorghum, mutama, mabere, maize. This is Napier grass. And those houses that were constructed to prevent people from dumping on the railway line. However, as you can see, the dumping is still going on. Here we have second hand. So guys, we were on the second phase of the railway line. It was destined to reach Kisumu. Now the third and the final phase was of 150 kilometers, and this phase was a swamp. The final phase was a swamp. Those are yams, huh? Not yams actually, arrowroots. Those are arrowroots. Nduma. So the final part of this railway line was a swamp. These guys had to construct this railway on a swamp, and you know how difficult it is to work where there is a swamp. So those were three sections that the railway line was divided into. The first one, savanna and shrubs. And this savanna had lots of wild animals, dangerous ones, including lion man-eater. Lion man-eater. And as we are told, these lions preferred feeding on human beings because they had an issue with their dental formula. So they preferred human flesh rather than their usual meat, which was from fellow animals. There is a Swahili saying that normally says, Simba kikosa nyama hula nyazi. When the lion lacks meat, it feeds on grass. But this one, after lacking the meat, they preferred human. Those are maize almost ready. Almost ready. This project faced some opposition, both at home and here. Like we had an MP by the name Henry Le Bougeret. Henry Le Bougeret actually opposed this project and even made an attacking reply in form of mockery to then Foreign Affairs Minister George Carson. And the statement by this, the reply by this Le Bougeret, Henry Le Bougeret, became a poem. It was said to be a poem, or in a form of a poem. I think I should share with you the poem because I managed to get it. I'll be sharing with you the poem as well. And here it is. This can provide us with a writing board. Okay. Among the communities that resisted this railway project was the Nandi people, and their leader Koitalel Arab Samuel. In fact, this Koitalel Arab Samuel gave these guys a resistance that was similar to West African Samora Toure's resistance. Was it scorched earth policy, the policy that Samora Toure used in resisting the French? Yes. The Nandi people under Koitalel Arab Samuel gave this a lifetime resistance. In fact, it took the British 7 years to go through Nandi Hills. Not Nandi Hills, Nandi land, or Kalenjin land. And remember, the prophecy by Kimnyole Arab Turkat. Kimnyole Arab Turkat was the father to this Koitalel Arab Samuel. So there was resistance from both at home and here for British to construct this railway line, and it became the biggest project to ever have been completed by the British back then. This became the biggest project, the most expensive, the most grueling, the most everything project. In fact, other people called it the most courageous railway line in the world. Now you can see why the British will always have interest here in Kenya. They always remember their input here. Winston Churchill called this project as the finest exposition of the British art, the finest exposition of the British art of muddling through. Yeah. beans there. Completing this project was like traveling to the moon. It wasn't easy. No one could attempt such a project back then, even the Chinese. And during those days there was no Chinese anywhere. The finest exposition. The finest expositions. Yeah. The finest exposition of art. The greatest art. So this is the beginning of this housing project. Started here, and oh, I forgot to show you something. At the end of this building on the left, there is an estate over there. It is a village called what is the name? Undugu village. And that is the village of Steve Simboboy. If you know Simboboy, this gentleman who gave us lots of songs. He's a rapper. Hizi nyimbo za kufoka foka. He gave us vijana tuache mihadarati. Nasema tuache mihadarati. Sorghum farming. Sorghum, some have already been harvested. I think some have already been harvested. Ooh! I can't fall. Like this one has been already harvested. This one has already been harvested. You know, they don't mature uniformly. So we have those that matures first, and those that comes to maturity a bit late. Here is a beetle. There is a beetle. I don't understand what exactly is it doing here, because it doesn't feed on sorghum. Maybe it is just resting. So the sorghums doesn't mature uniformly, as you can see. Some are about to mature. Like this one is still way far to reach maturity. This one is like ready. Ooh. Niumba ilikuni hapa. This one is also still far from maturity. Vijana tuache mihadarati. Nasema tuache mihadarati. Steve Simboboy also gave us another hit song. Glory, 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 glory. Glory, 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 glory. If you know that song, it is by Simboboy. This is a snail shell. Ooh. And inside there is a snail. That one. And if I leave it there, maybe in the next 15 to 20 minutes, it will be sent to its creator. So let me not risk its life and place it at a safer place, because it doesn't break. Let me just throw. And we have a lot of houseflies here. I don't know what is there. Let's go and see what are these flies doing here. Catch a fly. Can you come and catch here one? Catch a fly. Catch a fly. Catch a fly. Catch a fly. Oh, someone did it here. Now you see the problem of some people. This person must be a mad person. Is it a human being or an animal? So a farmer planted here vegetable. This is vegetable. Cowpeas. This is cowpeas. This is vegetable. Very common. And then a mad person just come and drop the droppings here. So if the farmer comes and finds this here, won't eat these cowpeas. Instead, if the farmer has got the same mentality, would take these cowpeas to the market to sell to unsuspecting people. You see? Catch a fly. Lots of fly here. I can give you the direction so that you can come and catch some. Steve Simboboy also gave us another hit song. Mapibi na mabwana tuweshe mwendo wa. Tuweshe mwendo wa. Mapibi na mabwana tuweshe mwendo wa. Tuweshe mwendo wa. That one is also by Steve Simboboy. And that is the village of Steve Simboboy. Now this is high rise. The other side is high rise. And the road you are seeing is Mbagathi Road, the end of Kibera. Kibera ends here. This is the end of Kibera. We also have a bridge, and under this bridge we have homeless people or street children, street kids who normally lives under it. I can see they have lit some fire. There is a bonfire. Maybe they are preparing breakfast or they are warming themselves, but I don't think if it is for warming, it must be for cooking, because right now we have the temperature is not that cold, and they are there. Over there we have their beddings, as you can see the curtains. This is the rooftop. That is the curtain. Lots of curtains. A message here. Ja Black Run Star Things. King Selassie. King Selassie. Okay, I've remembered something now that I have seen King Selassie. This British engineer by the name George Whitehouse was named. There is a road. There's a road here at CBD that was named after this guy, and the road runs from Upper Hills to a railway station. This road, upon independence, when Kenya gained independence, the road was renamed Haile Selassie, and up to now the road is called Haile Selassie Avenue. Thank you for reminding me about Haile Selassie, whoever wrote that whoever put those writings there. Thank you. Lots of farming, and the maize is really doing well. Really doing well. Very dark, and when the maize is dark, it simply means that the maize is healthy crops. Mambo kidogo kidogo. That's and here we have pumpkin, used for vegetable. It also produces a fruit. Actually, the leaves are pumpkin leaves, and pumpkin is the fruit itself. Then pumpkin leaves are used as vegetable, full of iron. You see some sorghum. So people here prefer maize and sorghum, and the mixture of the two gives you a very healthy ugali obusuma. You asking me if I love you, and I choke on my reply. I'd rather hurt you honestly than mislead you with that lie. And who am I to judge you on what you say or do? Only just beginning to see real you. We have entered Madaraka. This is Madaraka Estate now. We have left Kibera. We have entered Madaraka. To Tiki Kibera, to Koti Madaraka. Tumeacha Kibera, tumeingia Madaraka. Polehere Kibera, kwa hengira Madaraka. Sometimes when I touch, and the honesty is too much, and I have to close my eyes and hide. We have a waterfall there. How I wish I could move closer, but there is no clear way. Yeah. Can I risk? Ooh. Impenetrable. This can't be penetrated. Let me try to zoom in. Where mto kuja hapa. Where waterfall, come here. Come closer. Unfortunately, I can't go beyond this point. So let's continue with our adventure on the railway. Sometimes when we touch, and the honesty is too much, and I have to close my eyes and hide. I wanna hold you till I die. We'll both break down and cry. I wanna hold you till the fears in me subsides. Here is a mango tree. A mango tree. A mango tree. And avocado tree. Do you see any familiar weeds? This one is normally soft. This is one of the wiping materials that is normally used in rural. There was a British law that actually prohibited people from walking along the rail. You are not allowed to walk along the rail. That was a British law. Anyone who tried to break this law was actually prosecuted, and the law actually upon independence people started ignoring it, and right now it actually it doesn't exist. Maybe it only exists on the paper. This side of the rail line is not well maintained like where we have come from. Okay, another one did it here. Tabia. Mwasi likambo yako senge isili egalite ya basi na mibalio masanga uko senga kanabare uko sala sonio na imasipasio ya basi pesanga ye de makuta ya pamba nabakisa na somba sempoli pesanga ye de makuta ya pamba. On accident, the deadliest accident that has ever happened along this railway was in 1993. This is when the train crashed and plunged into a river. Flooded river, and this accident happened at somewhere called Ngaindetia. And the accident claimed 140 people. That is the deadliest ever accident to happen along this railway line. Actually, the safest mode of transport is normally air transport, followed by sea transport. The railway transport normally comes third, and that leaves the road as the most fatal mode of transport. Ngaindetia is a Kikuyu word meaning God save me. God save me. So I don't know if it was a coincidence. Looking at these two particular points, Thavo is a Kamba word for slaughterland. And when the constructors reached this particular place, Thavo became indeed a slaughterland, and many lives were lost at that particular point. Again, we now again come to meet Ngaindetia meaning God help me. And when this accident happened, when the the train plunged into the river, to the flooded river, actually you can guess the cries of the people. Most of them probably said, "Oh God, help me, Gaindethia." Again, just as the fulfillment of Tsavo as a slaughter land, this Gaindethia place also came. People came to cry, "God help me," when this train plunged into a river, Gaindethia. So that is the coincidence that happened. These two particular points. Maize eco. Maize eco. Maize eco is a political word in Kenya. On board this rail line, this train, have you ever wondered where feces normally goes? Because these toilets are wide open. When you look through the toilets, you will see the rail line, the ground. Where does these feces normally goes? And people are not allowed to go to the toilet when the train has stopped. It normally happens only when the train is moving. But again, when you walk along this on this rail, you won't see these drops, except those that people normally drops deliberately. If you know where this feces normally goes, kindly share in the comment section. Madaraka Estate. This is Madaraka. And upon completion of this rail line, high cost and gruesome work, it was named Lunatic Express. It actually costed, initially it was projected to cost £5 million. But the amount almost doubled. It costed in fact, a whooping £9 million. £9 million. £9 million. If you translate that, what the calculator? Kujapa calculator, or we use Google. 9 million to Kenya shillings. 9 million pounds to Kenya shillings. Leta majibu. Okay, 9 million pounds to Kenya shillings today is around 2 billion Kenya shillings. 2 billion Kenya shillings. So, but remember, this was 1896. 1896. It took only 7 years to complete the project. That was so fast, considering the fact that we had no machines. Most of work was done by hands. That was really quick. 7 years only. 7 years, 9 million, over 25,000 lives lost. Yeah. So many sorghums here, sorghum farm. So let's now enter the CBD. So we have reached Nyayo National Stadium. This is Nyayo National Stadium, partly hidden in that forest. We continue, guys. There is these mythical stories that were normally told on this railway line. It was said that as much as the train is huge, the train is big, but to make it derail or fall is very easy. People used to say that if you come with a needle and place it here and place it on the line like that, when the train comes and step on that needles, it will slip off the rail and fall. Same to razor blade, just to place, and the moment the train steps on that razor, it will derail and fall. That story almost came to pass recently, and to prevent that from happening, it was believed that the train normally has magnets. The train has magnets, so these magnets normally collects, and this magnet is located in front, so that magnet normally collects those objects in case they are there. So this story almost came to pass recently. If you check in my last video, just check on the thumbnails and you'll see the one that is entitled Close Call. There is a guy I was filming, and then something happened. There is a guy who was crossing the railway line or was walking alone, and the train was approaching. So this guy almost got stuck, and I was like, really? He can't move, or what is happening? So I thought it is that magnet that was said that if you cross the railway line in proximity of the train, you can't do it because that magnet will hold you. So I almost thought that the guy had been caught by this magnet and couldn't move. But this guy was moving, however, at a very slow pace, and the train was fast approaching. So there was no other way, because train has no emergency brake, so this train knocked him. Check on my previous video and you will see what I'm just trying to explain to you. So those were just mythical stories, I believe. A train doesn't hold people if you cross in front. That is Nyayo National Stadium. Those are the floodlights. The other one is there. There are like three or four. Three. So let's continue following our railway line. Acacia tree. I don't know why birds normally love this tree. Nyayo Stadium. Kenya Power and Lighting Company. That means there is a Kenya Power cable under these parts. That guy is resting there. That is Kipyego, Faith Kipyego. Faith Kipyego is 1500 meters world record holder, and that is David Rudisha. Rudisha is 800 meters record holder. This world, ulomunda keke, mimi supu bila muziki, ndahalirenge sina. Then that is Eliud Kipchoge, former marathon world record holder. This world, and then that one is Yego. Julius Yego is a javelin national record holder. This world, ulomunda keke. Aerodrome Road. Ariadha House or Athletic House. Now I think I have to be economical with the time because I don't want this video to be to go past 1 hour and 20 minutes. Uhuru Highway. Let me show you something here before we proceed with the Uhuru Highway. Here is a memorial cemetery. Here is a memorial cemetery. Memorial cemetery. That is a cemetery without human bodies. No human bodies there. Just a memorial cemetery. line. The reason as to why I didn't follow it up to this particular point is because there is no through way, so that is why I let it go. But here it is again, and we are almost there. This is the bridge. You know, the issue of corruption here in Kenya started way back during colonial period, and there is a colonial officer who was involved in corruption, and when it was known, he came and committed suicide at this particular bridge. Let me look for a way, the shortest way to that station. Because of jam, it's a bit difficult to cross, but I'll find the way, or God shall make a way for me to cross over. Even if there is no way, God shall make a way where there is no way. God shall make a way where there is no way. So let me try to cross over. Let me try to cross over. Hapa kimeumana, but the CBD.